Hey y'all, it's Keisha Shields. I just finished up mastermind call and my mentor and coach Lindsay, we were talking about the story of this woman named Mary Dixon Keys, or so he would pronounce it as Kies, and kind of the legacy of her story, which she was the first woman in the U.S. to be able to author a patent in the early 1800s. Before then, women were not allowed to do so. And what was so profound, though, about this discussion was that as the legacy of the story goes, there was a fire in the U.S. Patent Office, and the only records of her patent approval burned in a fire. Right? So essentially, the legacy that she was known for, the proof of it burned. And it kind of got me thinking as I am about to release my Awaken Your Voice class, and I'm going to host it live. I'm super excited because it ties directly into this. What would you do if the only proof of your legacy that existed vanished? Whether it burned in a fire or drowned in the ocean or some other thing happened, what would you do? What would you do to keep your story alive? How would people know who you are and your contributions and the powerhouse that you have been? Like, the reason why we know about her is because of the stories that were passed down. And a lot of us are not telling those stories. A lot of us readers are not telling those stories. Most of the stories we're talking about surround our business. But what about the personal experiences that you have that have truly shaped who you are? Would anybody know? If someone says, hey, do you guys know about Keisha Shields? If my proof had vanished, would they know the stories that really exemplify and define who I am and the contribution I want to leave behind? If someone was to utter your name 100 years from now, would they know the stories that really, really tell about who you are and what you've done and who you're becoming? Or would there be a blank? No, we don't know about her. Know about her. Tell us about her. Well, would there be a blank? That's a really big deal. Make sure that your legacy is not only tied to physical proof and validation, make sure that there are stories about you, the stories that you want to be out there, that you want associated with your name. Make sure that those stories are being told in a way that makes you feel safe, that makes you feel like you are actually being in your truth, that makes you feel like you're actually building a legacy that's not just based on your expertise, but that's based on the experiences that you have made it through. Don't let your history, your legacy vanish and no one be able to stand up and stand in for you to talk about the impact. So my question to you is, if your proof was to vanish, would we know who you are? Would we be able to understand your legacy? Are you sharing those stories? Are you afraid to publicly share some of those stories? If you are, I strongly encourage you to join me in Awaken Your Voice. I'm running it live for 7 weeks, and it is going to be profound and engaging and fun, and we're going to cry and laugh, and we're going to have these conversations, right? Taboo discussions or open discussions, because it's important to me that I see more of our men and women putting their stories out there and using their stories as a part of legacy as well. That's so important. So tell me, would there be a legacy to pass down about you if poof, everything else was gone? I would love to hear your thoughts about it. Bye.